So what is a woman?
What is a woman is whatever you want to be.
I feel like I'm being pulled into a trap, and I'm gonna step away.
Well, no,
You don't believe in white privilege, correct?
yeah, it's a myth. It doesn't exist.
All you have to do as a white man, you don't have to get on the internet or on Twitter and say, I'm sorry for being white, but you should at least acknowledge the racism that happens around you.
How are you able to so confidently just kind of word vomit, right?
Get ready for Charlie Kirk to do what he does best. Expose the woke clowns and leave them no choice but to walk away. Here are 5 of the worst, starting with delusional clown number 1.
Hello,
Yes.
my name's Eve, your local transsexual. I just wonder where you get this idea that like trans people are being indoctrinated.
Okay, so are you say you're transsexual or transgender? And tell me, is there a technical difference between the two?
Damn. Okay. Some people say that there's a difference. To me, there's no difference. So it's just either or.
Okay, so by a lot, what are your chromosomes? XX or XY?
Very strange question, but
Strange? Not really.
XY. I could be intersex. Who knows?
Okay, so you were born as a man and you are a man.
No. I was
Okay.
born as a man, and now I'm a woman.
Okay, no, but you don't become a woman just because you dress like a woman.
Oh, goodness. What about my hormones?
I don't become black. Do I become black if I wear blackface?
That is a wild comparison, but hormones by themselves you can actively change. By taking HRT, you can also stop taking the T suppressor.
But people are more than
eventually.
hormones. I mean, you have men with low testosterone. Those are called white dudes for Harris. You can have women with high testosterone. So testosterone, estrogen, and your endocrinology is more than what you are as either a man or a woman. There's brain size. There is how you process information. There is bone density, muscle mass. Every single one of your cells is either coded XX or XY. So let me ask you a question. If I wear a disguise or a costume, do I become that thing? For example, if I dress with a sombrero and start talking with a Mexican accent, do I then become that culture?
No, because that's different race.
Okay,
That's
but then wait,
very different.
why? How is it different? Because you're saying that if you dress a certain way and you present a certain way, you can be as you think you are. Why can't I also just choose what culture I am?
Because you're born within a culture, you're born with...
But you were born as a man.
Thank you, thank you.
But let him finish.
All right, fuck you. Anyways, sorry.
I'm sorry, what did you say? My pronouns are not F you, actually.
Oh, wow, thank you. All right. Anyways. There are many things collectively into a culture that has been built up over time, but not as much as, male or female.
Got it. So what is a woman?
What is a woman? Seems to leave everyone here stumbling, but the last one in this video takes a swing at it. Trust me, you'll want to see how it all ends.
A woman is whatever you want to be.
So anyone can be a woman?
Yeah.
Do you get a period?
No. Well, actually, yeah, I think. So,
Well, shouldn't we have some sort of objective truth that male and female differences and distinctions matter?
there
and
is
that-
no real male or female distance, especially in archaeology. A lot of...
Wait, there's no difference between men and women?
There are some, for sure.
Well, what differences
but
are there?
I'm talking about, like, when you talk about brain size or skeletal bone structure or whatever, archaeologists, for example, have a very tough time distinguishing between male and sex, or male and female, I apologize. When you see the male skeleton next to the female skeleton, those are very different. Those are
Got
a
it.
range.
So-
Everything else, most people are usually in the middle of
Here's
that.
the kicker. So you are a biological male. No matter how much surgery or hormones you take, you'll never be able to give birth.
Yeah,
So-
I'm okay with that.
Right, but so then what point is womanhood achieved then? At what point do you become a woman?
I feel pretty. Yeah.
So
I can look at myself and not want to kill myself, so...
well, hold on. So now we're getting to something. maybe, is it possible that you might have other underlying mental health issues that you are then ascribing as transgenderism that you might not be
No.
treating?
No. I am being treated for other mental illnesses,
Right,
but
but
it is unrelated.
Are they unrelated?
An ending like that makes you wonder. Let me know in the comments what you think the real problem is. But there's something worse than being delusional, and that's being a liar. Watch this.
Hi, y'all. So before I ask my question, I want to clarify a point that y'all mentioned earlier. You said you don't believe in white privilege, correct?
Yeah, it's a myth. It doesn't exist.
Okay. So according to the Bureau of Prison Statistics from last month, 38.3% of our current inmate population is black. But according to the 2020 census data, only 12.2% of our national population is black. So if you don't believe in white privilege, how do you explain this disparity?
So why are they in jail?
It has been this way for years, since the 90s.
No,
since before
why do people go to jail?
Why are black people in jail at higher rates than white people?
That's the question, right? Maybe because they
Yes.
commit more crimes than white people.
But that's not true.
It actually is.
They do. So every independent analysis shows that blacks have committed a disproportionate amount of crime. No one wants to say it out loud, but it's true. In fact, in New York, 52% of murders are committed by blacks, 40+% of arson, 60+% of drug deals. And so the question you should really be asking is what drives them to commit crimes? That's the question, right? The real question is, and maybe I can ask you, what percentage of blacks are raised with two parents in the home?
So actually, according to the Uniform Crime Report for 2019, black or African American individuals committed only about 1 million crimes, while white people committed about 4 million
Yeah,
crimes.
so,
Yeah, but that's
hold on.
proportion.
Yeah, how about the proportion?
There's a lot more white people than black people in the United
It's
States.
a 60% white country and a 14% black country. So you just proved my point. You literally, so basically, what percentage of blacks grow up with two parents in the home?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
less
have
than
it pulled up.
20%. That's why there's so many blacks committing crimes and they're in jail. It's that simple. The death of the black family is why blacks are in jail higher than their population percentage. It's that simple.
May I see your criminology degree? Do you have one?
I'm sorry.
No,
Wait.
we've gotta. Are you a
We gotta argue
biologist,
from an
Ketanji
expert.
Brown Jackson?
No, let me ask you a question. So do I need a criminology degree to be able to understand that 75% of blacks don't grow up with two parents?
To be well versed in it, I believe so.
Okay.
Do you have one?
I don't, but I'm studying it.
Okay,
right
but
now.
Asking for a degree while getting the numbers wrong yourself is absurd. So she decided to do this. Watch.
Studied
exactly.
it.
Mm-hmm.
But you did the same thing. You looked at a statistic, and he did the same thing. You
Look,
don't have a criminology
Have you
degree,
even taken
neither
a
does
criminology
he.
course? Have y'all
Hold on
taken
a second.
one?
You're doing an argument from authority, okay?
It's a fallacy.
So the laws of physics don't change whether or not you're a physicist, okay? The law of thermodynamics doesn't change whether or not you take a course on it. Answer the question. You said institutional racism. I got a black friend right up here. He's great. He's great. So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. What can I do that he can't do?
What do you mean?
If institutional racism was real, what can I do that he can't do?
Well, you're less likely to get arrested.
I'm sorry. No,
That's
if we
less-
both commit a crime, he's going to get arrested and I'm not?
He could.
Wait, so we just went through this.
saying-
Blacks commit a disproportionate amount of crime in this country because of broken families. So give me one law on the books.
not because
You
of
said it's
broken
institutional.
families.
Give me a law anywhere that discriminates against blacks. Give me one law anywhere in America.
You want current or past?
How about right now?
Well, the fact that crack cocaine is criminalized more than regular cocaine.
No,
has
if I
disproportionate
deal-
rates in
It's a law
85.
against blacks.
If I deal crack cocaine, I'm getting arrested regardless of skin color. Give me a
But if you were
law
dealing white cocaine, you're
Give
less
me a
likely
law
to get a harsher
anywhere
sentence.
that allows white people to commit crimes and get away with it and blacks can't. Does that law exist?
Not anymore. But that
Because
doesn't
there's
mean
no
it's not real.
institutional racism in America.
Because there-
The idea of institutional racism is laws on the books.
Just because it's not down on paper doesn't mean it's not real.
Okay, give us an example. Not just
God.
a disparity. Not just a
God?
disparity.
God isn't. You don't see God.
He's on paper. Read the Bible.
I didn't mean it like that. I'm getting nowhere with y'all, and y'all are not answering my question, so I'm going to end this Q&A right here. Thank you for your time.
One angry walk-off is always satisfying, but you know what's even better? 2 angry walk-offs. Get ready for double the drama in this next clip.
I just want you to answer this one question. Do you understand that as a white man, you do not have to apologize for being white? You just have to acknowledge the racism that happens around you. That is all.
What racism happens around me?
Let's say that a racist police officer shoots me, right, and kills me, right? For you to be a white man and you see that and don't say anything about it, I believe that my community would be upset about that. Now, all you have to do as a white man, you don't have to get on the internet or on Twitter and say, I'm sorry for being white, but you should at least acknowledge the racism that happens around you.
Okay, well, yeah, if an individual act of racism happens...
That is just taking accountability for what happens around you.
Hold on a second. First of all, I don't have to be accountability for a whole race, do I? Why do I have to be accountable for the white race?
For yourself.
Right, so...
If I'm racist, I'll take responsibility for that. You probably are not racist. But thank you. So then why do I have to comment on somebody else's racism? But what you should do is take accountability for the racism around you. Not pretend that it doesn't happen around you. Like, again, the example that I gave you, that if I was shot by a police officer and you found out that person was racist, right? Now, but what you said...
Take responsibility. How can I take responsibility for somebody else's actions?
What you should do is just take accountability and say, hey, yes, that was racist, instead of saying, no, that officer wasn't racist.
Well, hold on. You got to show me an instance, an example, but we're talking about such a micro problem that doesn't exist. Do you know that a black person is 18.5 times more likely to shoot and kill a police officer than a police officer is to go and shoot an unarmed black man?
But is that the question that I asked you?
No, you asked a hypothetical about if I'm going to take accountability for a racist police officer.
So again...
But do you understand, if I inverted it on you, would you take accountability for all the blacks killing police in America?
Or each other?
No, would you? Why don't you take accountability for all the blacks killing police in New York?
I wouldn't take accountability for it, but what I would say is, yes, there are a lot of black people in my community who do dumb things to other black people and to other white people. What I would not do is just pretend that it doesn't happen, so that, like I said, you as a white man has to do the same thing. That's it.
But let me ask you, who is Tony Timpa?
That's all I wanted you to do. Thank you.
I acknowledge it's rare, and I'm not going to have to take
Hey, Kirk. My question is sort of a question/compliment. You're a very good public speaker. And I think a lot of people here might struggle with that. What I'm curious is somebody with so little education beyond high school and just experience in the field, how are you able to so confidently just kind of word vomit, right? You've said pretty much every question you've answered has been no answer. You've just kind of said what conservatives want to hear. So really all of your work is not a debate. It's just confirmation bias. So
Want to have a debate?
Sorry?
You want a debate?
No, I'm good. I'm just curious where you learned.
Okay. You sure?
Where you learned how to public
I'm a high
speak.
school graduate. You're in college, man. Let's debate. I vomit for a living, you said. Yeah. Come on, let's debate.
No, I'm not here to debate. That's not my question.
You're just here to insult me.
Yeah, yeah, I am. You're a hero. Where did you learn how to public speak? Because you're really good at lying out of your ass.
What have I lied about? Name one thing I lied tonight about. Name a second thing. No, name a stat. I said that's wrong.
You said 11 million jobs. You said 50%.
Yes, 11 million jobs are open for blue-collar work according to Mike Rowe and according to 3 independent studies according to the Department of Labor. Name another stat I said that's wrong.
I guess my main point
No,
is...
name a third stat that I said that's wrong.
When you say a stat or you just say numbers, it's helpful usually when you're public speaking to say where you got that information. Because people who disagree with you might not
so give me, no, but you give some examples. Where did I lie or say a stat that's not true?
You need to work on not doing confirmation bias.
Wait, hold on. No, but you come up here and say, oh, how did you with a high school education learn to spew BS? Say one thing I said that was wrong, misleading, unfactual, not rooted in data. One thing.
You're doing it right now.
I'm asking you a question.
I was just making a comment and you're spinning it. That's what you're really good at. That's why I think you're a good
No, you came up here and insulted me. I'm asking you, how have I misled this audience? And you come unprepared, like not with a single data. I thought you'd at least have like one gotcha, man. Like one number, like one thing. 11 million job openings, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, that require muscular labor and require just a 6-month technical training degree. That is true. At the apex, 15,000 people coming across the southern border every single day. I even said it's down a little bit. That is true. What have I said that's incorrect?
Do next. You're good at what you do, but not for the right reasons. That's all I'm saying.
They don't want to debate me because they can't debate me. They can't say one thing I said that's wrong. They can't name one data point. They just come up here and insult. You, my friend, are why we are going to beat you guys historically, because you are afraid to have a debate.
Hello. What would you say to feminists, specifically those I think you would consider biological women, who are in support of trans women being able to access historically women's spaces like female bathrooms and being able to participate in women's sports?
Okay, what would I say? Let me ask, are you one of those feminists?
I am.
Oh, okay. Lucky guess. What is a woman?
Somebody who identifies as a woman.
So can I become a woman?
Do you have gender dysphoria?
Thankfully, no.
Then no.
Oh, so only if you have gender dysphoria, you can identify as a woman?
It's a medical condition.
It's a medical
Yes.
condition. So anyone at any time can become a woman?
No, because
Well, anyone could have gender dysphoria. It's you claim it upon yourself. You know what? I'm actually thinking I might actually have gender dysphoria. So can I become a
Well,
woman?
I wish you the best in your transition, and I hope that society accepts you.
So let me ask you a question. What is cheating?
What is cheating?
Mm-hmm.
I can pull up a dictionary definition.
No, like give an example. Maybe taking something from somebody, or a strong person, maybe using their power against the weak.
Sure. Somebody
Okay.
using their power against the weak.
Got it. Okay. Is Leah Thomas or William Thomas biologically stronger than the competitors that she was against?
I don't know about that specific situation. Probably because she is number one.
Won the national title.
Yes.
Okay.
Won
Well,
the
after
national title.
after the transition, right? Okay. Is that fair?
Yes.
So the other women against the man were born with less bone density, lower testosterone levels. What are they supposed to do to make it even?
I would not know on that specific situation.
Right. So there's nothing they can do because men have more testosterone, muscle mass, and bone density. So wouldn't that be cheating?
I feel like I'm being pulled into a trap, and I'm going to step away.
Well, no, it's not a trap. No, it's not. I mean, and you say anyone who has gender dysphoria can transition to become a woman at any time. That's your position?
Sure.
Okay. Do you think chromosomes have anything to do with determining what a female is?
Yes.
Okay, so then where does the gender dysphoria come into place?
I think that sex and gender are different things.
Right, but then what is a woman?
Somebody who identifies as a woman.
So anyone can be a woman at any single time.
You've asked me this question. It's still no.
Got it. And you're a feminist?
I am.
So who are you trying to
Still
protect?
true. What was that?
What women are you trying to protect?
Women. All women.
That you
Regardless
can't define.
of whether or not they've transitioned.
Whether or not they've transitioned.